To begin versus AZIO.
So Broken Alliance picked D2, AZIO picked Nuke.
Yeah. Oh,
so interesting.
We actually get both of those. Usually it's one or the other.
What a weird combination of maps, too.
One or the other. Well, AZIO picked Nuke earlier in group play, I believe. So this is, yeah, it's peculiar. They like that map. Do as they please. Broken Alliance for the CT side. Jaden is going to be your support player, as it's a wrap B, but the CTs are already coming down mid to wrap the Ts as well. AZIO is caught in a creek right now, but they're actually fighting their way back into the tons. Mod 'em! That was really the ace of spades right there, because if they hesitate and they don't push into tunnels, the CTs have an insta-wrap on the site.
You see the excitement right now on the faces of the guys from AZIO. They look pretty thrilled with the way things just went. And they'll be going into this one with the buy as well. 3 AKs, an UMP, and an MP7. So juggling their money around a bit to get 3 rifles and the SMGs in play. Just pistols for the opposite side, as only 3 players decide to buy armor. And one's back behind the car. Let's see how they try to flush them out. I thought they were going to try and use some utility, but it looks like they just decided, we'll just kill them.
Is that a flub smoke right there? I don't think I've ever seen it. Usually it lands on the corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't think I've ever seen one go all the way to the wall.
He might have been throwing it, and then like they peeked, so he jiggled as he was throwing it.
Moved, trying to avoid. Yeah. Well, a lot of missing head armor for Broken Alliance, so the SMGs have, especially the MP7, which could reach out and have some pinpoint accuracy for tiny little targets. Oh, he's hit some good targets and softens up, and then finally finishes his job against Frosty. But the bomb will be planted in a 1v4 for Jaden. And he's almost handed a gift. Almost. 11 HP remains for Mod 'em. He'll hold on to his AK. And that's a fairly solid round for AZIO through a force buy.
It looks like he just keeps doing the same hand gesture there on the end. Like he's like, let's just do it again, do it again, do it again.
Oh, Mod 'em?
Yeah. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. They haven't really been tested too much.
I wish I could read lips. I saw something so bad. I think he said they're so bad, in all honesty.
I thought he said something about pineapples.
Pineapples?
This man of many pineapple-related talents. First kill will be Hunters to take, but there is a follow-up. It's Catsup. Do you say Catsup, or do you say Ketchup?
Ketchup.
Yeah, it's Ketchup.
Only Heinz. But CZ, I mean, they threw a molly to cover their tracks, if you will, immolate their tracks. And there will be no direct pursuit. Ohai is back there towards the long doors, but he's lost any kind of advantage of surprise. They'll plant a bomb on top of the box. Defendable from any angle. Pick your poison. AZIO spread out, and they'll have their choice as to who is able to take off the first players of Broken Alliance on their attempted retake, or maybe even just exit frags. Ohai seems pretty capable here, especially with an MP7 at point-blank range through the doors to do some damage, but it's not to be.
I kind of feel like Catsup is racist against dogs.
Catsup?
Yeah. It's like, what, dogs aren't good enough to get their own sandwich spread? Only cats are up.
You call ketchup a sandwich spread?
I don't know. It's like a condiment.
It is, but I wouldn't put...
I've put it on a sandwich.
Only an egg sandwich for me. I wouldn't.
What about like a cheesesteak? Does that count as a sandwich?
No. Ketchup on a cheesesteak?
Yeah.
Ketchup on steak is essentially what you're saying.
No. Cheesesteak. That's not a good steak.
No, it's a minced up
it's
bad
like
steak.
bad steak.
But
so
it's still
it counts.
Beef.
At that point, you're improving the quality.
Putting ketchup on beef.
You put ketchup on a burger.
Ooh. Now you got me there. You got me there.
So, I don't know. Sandwich tips by Bach and Topical. Vote in the chat.
Yeah. Do you put ketchup on...
Is ketchup a sandwich spread or a condiment? I think it counts as both.
That's a hot topic.
I mean, mayonnaise is a sandwich spread, but some people use it as a condiment.
Some people put mayonnaise on their salad.
That's not a salad anymore.
No.
You've just defeated the purpose of eating salad. I like salad, but only when I put lard on it.
Oh. There's a good molly, the CT side. In fact, they'll be able to pinch through, and look at this. Ketchup on the back end of this is looking to sandwich them and trap them into the tons right now. 3v4, AZIO have the site, And it looks like their ton presence for Broken Alliance is actually going to be yielded. They're going to put all their eggs in one basket. Ohai gets greedy to try and stop that bomb plant, and it's in fact going to be AZIO's turn to do the damage. They try to just jump the gun, and it's exactly what ends up happening. Kyle is the last man left, and the bomb is already ticking away. 1v2 shows his presence at the doors. As this smoke fades, there will be nowhere left to hide. MOTM putting that one back together because it looked like Broken Alliance were in a really solid spot. They had a man advantage on the retake. They saw a window of opportunity. AT was planting the bomb, which means your one-man advantage goes to a two-man advantage for a time being.
You know, I really wonder sometimes when we cast, you hear like these phrases that come out, and I can't help but wonder the backstory behind putting all your eggs in one basket.
Oh, like the origin stories?
Yeah,
of that
like how did
parade?
that come to be? Like there's some kid named Jeff, and he accidentally put too many of his eggs in one basket, and he dropped the basket.
He
and
became
all of
the
a sudden,
laughing stock
like,
of the community.
everyone made fun of him. Ha ha ha, Jeff! Shouldn't have put all your eggs in that basket, you idiot. So like you really wonder, like, how did that not only start, and then how did it spread?
It makes sense. Nice shot by Grim.
Whoa, a little shaky there.
He's trying to keep his hands warm. That's like the Stewie 2 kid. Like when Stewie's holding an angle,
Yeah.
he'll jitter a little bit just to keep himself fresh.
A little pop flash there from Grim to get him closer up on Catwalk. As Cat's up trying to defend Cat, Mata moved up long, and it's basically the round done for. So there's just one member of the CT side left, and he's only got a Deagle armor. And he's probably just going to try and find an exit kill and run away with a gun if possible.
He's at the long doors. Currently waiting for things to cool off. Stay hydrated. That's one thing. When you're on Dust 2, sun's out, beating down on you. And Modem breathing down your neck. It's a good start. 5-0. They've been able to usurp a couple rifle rounds that have come out for Broken Alliance, but one more. Double op. Lots of money to spend.
If this continues in similar fashion, expect it to get pretty trolly. Like if they
Double versus double.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's two ops on both sides. If AZIO continue to roll over Broken Alliance, I would definitely expect to see some troll buys, maybe like some Negevs or a Bison, something that like just kind of feeling confident, goofing off. Ow.
Yeah. Hunter earlier today bought a Negev and dualies. That was his.
Well, didn't we have that?
jam.
We had that game earlier today where a guy got an ace with a Bison.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was me and Darth Mike. There was 3 aces in that game. This guy had 2 of them in like 4 rounds.
Oh, Bison.
And it was a triple nade kill. So they double naded long, and he got 3 kills with it 1 nade. And then he killed the last 2 with a Bison.
Polished them off.
And then
So those are some good nades.
Then the other round, it was with, I don't remember what he had. I think it was an SMG again, but he got another ace. It was the same scenario. They ran out long, and he just killed them all.
Inferno?
It was on Dust 2.
Oh, wow.
And then there was a 3rd ace from the other side.
Nice shot. Frosty. First up, first in, and he's the first to wet his blade. Second shot as well. As Adam JW comes up from behind, and you're into a save already, I think, if you're Broken Alliance's side. Catch-ups here. Oh, and they jump for that. Knocks him out of the park. Nice shot from Modem. Jaden left alone to clamber over his teammate's body, maybe recover one of the weapons, but this is a lost cause. In fact, his position might very well be known. AZIO are already into a flanking position, both out through long to top mid soon enough. Jaden's going to try and fight and bring down as many terrorists as he can with him, but he only able to bring up one more. Please, Lord, help me get one more.
6 straight rounds.
Never seen that movie?
AZIO. For what is this?
No? Hacksaw Ridge?
No, I never saw it.
Please, Lord, help me get one more.
Yeah, no, I
good.
never saw it. But you never really got my Step Brothers reference earlier, so
I don't partake in silly movies. There's only serious hats everyone around here.
I think it was you that didn't get it right, or
Yeah,
was
that
that
was me.
Darth Mike? Yeah.
I could have easily shifted the blame there, but then
I've honestly
Oh,
lost track of time. There's no windows in here. It's really easy to forget what time it is. I don't even know if it's dark out. Is the sun still up?
They pump oxygen in and they keep flashy lights in front of us.
I kind of feel like it's like the Truman Show, and there's actually a globe around us that changes the day. Like, oh, look at that. It's morning all of a sudden. How'd that happen?
It's just raining on one person in particular over there. It's following him.
Whoever loses, it just follows them around their own rain cloud. It's 7-0 right now. That round really wasn't much to talk about. AZIO easily stomps over Broken Alliance in that one. Another strong round coming in from the CT side, but it's 2 glass cannons, so a peculiar purchase, but you can definitely feel them they're feeling the heat. Keep in mind, this was their pick, so.
Xbox smoke there. Ohai is going to try and take advantage of that by peeking underneath it. Oh, run boost. Snakes is taken down. Ketchup is ready for that one. Swings his crosshair wide right and gives a man advantage. Op versus Op. Modem hits Ohai and vice versa through the door. Virtually the same damage. And Modem overconfident. The reverse Ricks, but still the same result.
Now, T-side is getting kills here. That flashbang in is actually nicely thrown, but it was dodged. And they're going to get control of at least EA side, but they got to come back to get the bomb, and grab it they shall, as Jaden was the only one left. He'll drop down in the end. It'll be 8-0. Still no sign of life, really, from Broken Alliance. I mean, we've got, what, 4, 7, 15 kills total across 8 rounds from the entire team. Less than 2 FPR for an entire squad.
Whew. Full flash setup, though. 5 flashes for the team. They're going to have to pull something out of the hat because they've already dove deep into their strat. I mean, they've gotten double ops twice, lost both of those rounds. This time they're going to play fast into mid, into tons. They trade out a 1-for-1, a nice net income for them. Now they own themselves a rifle, and they're still going to try and mass push, Zerg push, up through mid. Still making efficient trades.
Jaden with the deagle. Sitting on catwalk right now, moving up towards the A-bomb site. Had a potential chance to take down one, but odds of them grabbing the round basically not really there. And again, AZIO will come out on top, and we can break away from game conversation to speak about sandwich spreads.
That's right.
Yeah, get to what
now,
really matters.
What's your opinion on tartar sauce?
Ugh.
I love tartar sauce. So good.
Are you a horseradish fan?
I do enjoy a good horseradish,
that makes sense, because people who like disgusting things like tartar sauce probably like
But
horseradish.
I do not like...
Meanwhile, we just missed that, but Ohai just killed everyone left alive. That's actually an ace. Now, it's a trash ace. Like, AZIO was fine throwing away the guns. They don't care. Frosty's sitting on 16K, so it's one of those like confidence boosters. Potentially, they save an op, but it doesn't really do anything for the team.
Yeah. You know what? If SpongeBob were in that game right there, he'd say, oh, tartar sauce.
What do you put tartar sauce on?
Fish sandwiches.
But just fish? You don't like put it on like something weird like a ham sandwich?
No, I couldn't imagine any other meat than fish. It has to be delicate. Delicate. Delicious. Double up again for Broken Alliance. I mean, if it doesn't work, try again. Broken Alliance are just going to continue to try this strategy. Their defenses have been picked apart relatively quickly in these rounds with double offs. So we'll see if this one manages to pan out slowly. Maybe they'll get it to play to their favor. Got some smokes going long range. Interesting smoke up there. Lands into the second story above mid. Smoke alarms going off.
Yeah, it's the Walmart all over again.
For anybody that doesn't know, Walmart caught fire last night.
At least we think. We looked out the window. We got back to our hotel, and we looked out the window because someone said, Walmart's getting evacuated. And sure enough, we looked out, and the windows were filled with smoke, and there was fire trucks everywhere. So we assume fire. Maybe someone like threw a bunch of flour. I don't know.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, and right now this B site is experiencing both of those. A little bit of wasted utility. Right now, everything should be plugged up. Oh! I was going to say plugged up for the bomb to be planted, but it seems like Ketchup's able to spray through or has some angle through that smoke. I doubt it. I think he just heard the footsteps, was able to connect the dots. One-man advantage for Broken Alliance, but that bomb does end up getting planted. Ohai is burning alive on the back side of this one near the window. A very delayed push, but there's still be plenty of time on the clock. Flash is being traded back. It's all going to be up to these entry frags. Snakes is too wide, or at least Kyle was too fast in there. And you'll end up with 2 surviving on the retake. Kyle with a 4K on the round. But that is a painful way to win the round. 2 surviving puts your economy at threat for basically the remainder of the half.
Now, they did at least recover 2 ops, so that's something to bring into the next round. And because the round prior, they won with losing everyone, there is some semblance of possibility here now for Broken Alliance to get back into this game. It still wouldn't be a pretty half, but they could make it happen. They're just basically going to have to win out at this point if they want to have, you know, some semblance of success. If they can win this round, the money gets a little bit lower. Another buy probably comes in. And based on the way we're seeing this one, that's probably going to be a round going the way of Broken Alliance. They wandered right through the smoke. The flashbang was perfect. It's going to be a 2-on-5. There's still a chance here as AZIO starts to fight back into it, make it a 2-on-3 very quickly with the rifle work of Hunter.
That was a fast play. AZIO must have been paying attention because that last round they played very quickly. This time they're going to do the same thing. 2v5 turn 2v2, and Hunter is at the helm, having himself 3 kills on the round. The ace on board for both teams. Catchup has 3 kills of his own. The CTs are going to try and split their attack up through elevator and eventually to ramp as well as through long. While the bomb is planted for Catwalk, can your Snakes and Hunter get off towards Catwalk, because that would be a secured round at that point. It's Catchup alone, 1v2.
It's going to be Cats up, 1v2, but the positioning is just too strong. That's a brutal round to lose. A 2v5 effectively won single-handedly. You know, Snakes had some input towards the end, but Hunter's really the one that made that all possible. Definitely disappointing.
This is...
Now, do you think Hunter can taste the pixels?
Is he that close?
Look, he's on the end. You can see him
I
there.
can see the screen like, flashing in his face.
It's like I think his nose pushes in a little. He gets so close.
Might be. I mean, this is his first land. Impressive. And
do you think he sits like that at home?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got to really wonder the long-term effects it's going to have on someone's vision.
He's all in, baby.
Life's 4-3 for him. Jaden and Ketsup, the only 2 that remain. As AZIO, again, doing what they've done all game long, effectively carving apart the defense. There is a kill coming in. Katsup's got 11 HP and an AK to work with, but he's also getting flanked and should be dead momentarily. Nope, never mind. Doesn't look like he wants to force the issue.
They're going to give him room to run. And apparently from that last round, he did have flashbang help at that B site to mow down those 3 players, but he seems to be very active in his endeavors to be able to do more damage to AZIO's side. An AK saved into the next round would be fairly important. Last round, or this round rather, was Nico, but he will not have any look at that. Flanked by Modem on Catwalk while the bomb was planted on the B side. Ketchup did not see that one coming by any definition of the word. So it is 11-1. And I'm not seeing much recovery for Broken Alliance.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, Ketchup's doing what he can, but he really misses Mustard. It's really bad.
Do you put ketchup on bratwurst?
I don't eat bratwurst.
Oh.
I just don't really, it's not really something that's in my my diet. I know you regularly put a sausage in your mouth.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Ojai tries to take a page out of SFX's book earlier today. He was always infiltrating the tunnels, but it's no good. You only got yourself 2 FAMI, and an MP9. It's a good luck, have fun. All your CTs as well are even divided. So getting them back together to work on trades is never going to happen. It is only Kyle. Kit, flash, chest armor. He's going to get rounded up.
I think right now this half can be summed up by a perpetual for the members of Broken Alliance, because I've looked over at their cameras at the end of every round, and I feel like that's what's basically going on every round. It's just this realization, like, we're outmatched. AZIO is just a stronger team. It's not to say that Broken Alliance is bad. It's just sometimes there's good teams, and then there's better teams.
Snake sees a torrent of CTs coming his way. Ketchup gets 2 in the tons. He's now got an armada of weapons to choose from. They're going to play fast against the offer. This could turn favor. An AK in hand might be worth 2 in the bush. Only Frosty's left. He's going to take this bomb over towards the site and be able to plant this. But you can see Broken Alliance have found themselves with refreshed armament.
Still no armor, though. But
you can't plant. What are you doing, man? Frosty. This team's probably, plant up on top of the box.
The molly goes in towards the tunnels. Frosty's going to go back towards the window.
A couple 1v1s. They're going to give him a handful of tries.
Well, it does help that these guys are so low on armor. Now, if this player pushes through this smoke, which he might, because time is of the essence, that's the biggest concern. Once they have this player close towards door, they might push through the smoke. There it is. So now he should be able to read that there's another one coming into the site through the door, and now he can just play the clock. Because all he has to do is take it down beyond the 10-second mark, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. This is very much winnable. He's running low on ammo. Goes for the knife! No! If he just pulled out the pistol, it's probably his, but the round is lost regardless. Well done.
Look at the
smiles. A
smiles.
solid 1v3, and the AWP does not survive. In the end, the player dies back by mid-double doors. Strong round coming in from AZIO, rebounding after a terrible start.
Yeah, that was just eco rush. They were able to get up into the AWPer's face, and how many, you can only pull off one shot.
Overconfidence. They're holding angles, thinking like, I'm not going to miss this shot.
Right.
And then they miss and like, oh shoot, I missed that shot.
I died. A 1v3. Very strong. Near hit right there for Snakes downrange. Spots the CTs jumping over that smoke towards the B site. So last round of the half, 13 to a single. Still not even a great buy for Broken Alliance. Here they got rifles and an op. But they don't have full utility, but they do pick up 2 kills. We've seen a 2v5 turned to back to the favor of AZIO's side. This might be a different story.
Now it's just a 3-on-5. AZIO don't have the numbers, but that hasn't hurt them before. They did win a 2v5 not that long ago. A round that really should have been Broken Alliance's round to take. And then, you know, they did it again there in that last 1v3. So this is certainly possible. And if you wanted anyone at the helm in this type of round, it would be Hunter. He was the one that got all the big kills in the 2v5 not that long ago. The bomb is down in possession of the CT side. It's in CT spawn. He's probably going to try and play past this smoke, and he does. The issue is that there's one inside it. Even if he hits that shot, he's dead and done for. But if you're AZIO, you're happy. 13-2 is definitely nothing to be upset about.
That's, from what I understand, when they're not on the main stage, their other matches that have off stage have been more or less the same.
They almost had a shutout earlier.
Almost?
15-0 half. They lose pistol in a 1v2.
They were the 2 or
they were the 2?
One? Oh, no.
Yeah. They couldn't kill. It was on overpass. He was pushing bridge. And they had a player water and a player behind pole. And they just couldn't hit. They couldn't hit him. He killed the player behind pole and turned back to get the guy water. Got the defuse. And the team that beat him, like, freaked out. They were like losing their minds over winning pistol.
Let's see these guys, Broken Alliance, if they can get their minds collected. You were saying that they were starting to look like they were in a heaving sigh after every round. This is a tough spot.
It's that all the time.
They got this. That's a fancy new transition screen. I love that.
Yeah, who made that?
N3rd Street. Maybe Rob.
I don't know who made that, but
Maybe.
It is nice.
I'm not sure.
That little stinger animation.
It's probably MJ. Here's the pistol round. Broken Alliance haven't even guaranteed themselves rifles in the second half, so you got to make your stand now. Hunter has caught one in the face, I believe. He'll drop a smoke here to defend his ramp, but he jumps up on top of the box, offering himself up for an easier shot. And a 1-for-1 trade at the end of the day, and CTs are coming down long. They've got a lot of range to deal with, but Snakes can't quite manage the target, and he will get dealt with. But none of the T's are able to escape off towards Catwalk with a bomb. Oh, no, it's actually not, but nice move. Grim
my goodness.
jumps up on top of the site, around the boxes.
And he got gushed through the smoke, through the edge of the box. After getting that first kill, still managed to pick up the second and had enough bullets left to go back and grab the third. He was on very low HP at that point, but solid pistol play. That was really the last chance for Broken Alliance. You know, that kind of puts the game pretty much out of reach.
They got that force buy. They will at least get, now that the bomb was planted, no, I say force buy, I meant bomb planted. They'll save their money for an advantage in the third round of this half, but it's short-lived, likely to be short-lived. Oh, nice shot from Ketchup, but 3 scout shots were hit there. So the SMGs are now here to clean up. For the greater good.
The greater good. Have you ever seen that movie? Hot Fuzz?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The greater good.
The greater
and they have to say the greater good.
15-2. AZIO's dominant form continues. Broken Alliance, at this point, playing to take things into overtime. They'd have to win 13 straight rounds to get it there, and then they'd have to win 4 more to win overtime. So they'd have to win 17 rounds, 1 more than they'd have to win just to win in regulation. So, and they have to do that all effectively in a row, not necessarily in a row, but
mostly in a row.
yeah.
Oh, look at these CT mollies. No, you're not allowed to be behind the blue bin. Not
Oh
a
my
chance.
gosh, so much damage coming in from the nades early on.
And
Look
they
at
still
this.
burned him behind blue box.
Yeah.
Ketchup must have been blinded and strolled into a bad neighborhood.
So it's going to be a 5-on-4 with a lot of damage dealt. Jaden's sitting at about 65 HP, 60 HP or so on Kyle. Adam below the 50% mark. Not looking pretty right now for BXA, Broken Alliance. And again, this is their map pick. This is a best of 3, and this is the one that Broken Alliance felt comfortable on.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to ask yourself, how are they going to feel on Nuke? Yeah,
Like a
exactly.
bad sandwich.
Like a sandwich with ketchup and tartar sauce.
That's right. Ketchup
Probably.
tart with the.
It all goes full circle.
But it's only crust.
And what's on there with the ketchup and tartar sauce?
Yeah.
Salami. It's just like so much salt. It's so gross. It's like a heart attack. You're just waiting to die as you take each bite.
Yeah.
16-2.
On 12 grain.
AZIO make it look easy, yo.
Hey. I mean,
That
look,
was bad.
They're lighthearted. They were not challenged by that one at all. I am confident that I saw MOTM say they're so bad. They're like they had confidence at round 3 that this map was going to be theirs. So
Yeah, I mean, they probably came into this event thinking that this was their event to
there's
take.
maybe Vision's out there, X1 is out there. Those are teams that can put a threat to them. But those are maybe the
Vision
only
is
two.
probably the most legitimate threat
Yes.
to their land
Yeah.
chances, yeah. But I think the way that the bracket breaks up, they're probably going to face them in the semis. So if they can beat them, maybe the finals is a little bit easier. I don't know. Is it BO3 finals or BO5?
BO3.
BO3?
Yeah. None of that Fragadelphia
Hey, I like the BO5.
11 BO5 all the way through the night, through the
5
morning.
a.m.?
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
I gave up
We've
on
had a
that
couple
one.
of
I went
those.
to bed. I
We've
was
had
like,
a couple of
I'm
those.
out.
Hey, nothing beats one of the first events I casted with big teams. It was the RGN Pro Series. And around 1 a.m. the last night, I fell asleep. And I woke up, it was 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to go back to the hotel and pack so I could go to the airport. The grand finals hadn't even started yet. It was supposed to be a BO5 with a 1-map advantage, but they decided to do a BO3 with a 1-map advantage. So effectively, Cloud9 won by winning 1 map. And then both teams, it was Renegades and Cloud9, hopped on a plane to go to IEM for San Jose, like within a few hours of the event ending.
To win a grand finals with 1 map, that seems very anticlimactic.
It was.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, but we do want to cut to a break, but I want to remind everybody that one of our beautiful sponsors here is Linode. There will be a giveaway tomorrow as well. So if you go to N3rd Street's Twitter, the pinned tweet is a giveaway for Linode. You'll have to follow Linode, follow N3rd Street, retweet and like the tweet, and you'll be entered in for a full year of a Linode server for CSGO. You can use that for smoke server, practice server, scrim server, shoot bots. That was Mark's idea, is name all the bots topical and just line them all up and see how far an op bullet goes. Not too shabby, huh?
I already do that. It's like four bots.
Right.
4 topicals worth.
Is an op shot?
Yeah.
Through the head?
High value on one bullet.
So Linode is a virtual private server for all your hosting needs. So you guys can check them out, linode.com. But we'll cut it to a quick music break, and we'll be right back for Map 2. Nuke.
N3rd Street Gamers is the forefront of community-based gaming in locations expanding throughout the United States. N3rd Street Gamers brings the community, the tournaments, the professional team boot camps, and the celebrities to your backyard.
plot. It's going to have twists, turns, upsets, drama, heartbreak, anguish, triumph. I mean, what more could you want out of a movie, Balti?
Weekly dosage of Dota for all of you viewers. I am T Panda, and I'm joined by a
Hey, this is Darth Mike, and you're watching NSG TV.
Mad City is an event producer that specializes in eSports here in Chicago. Over the past few years, they've done an incredible job taking advantage of resources and facilities like Ignite Gaming to produce their boot camps and their championship events that give opportunities for eSports athletes to compete. They came to us looking for a larger scale infrastructure to help them grow the competitions that they produce. What that means specifically is enough computers and space to house hundreds of competitors at once. It means a stage and the broadcast equipment to have a broadcast that looks quality and gets put out on Twitch and has that appeal that makes players want to come and compete here.
Just like DreamHack, the more of us basically show up, the more legitimate it seems, and the more like high stakes it seems.
I think the space was great. There wasn't many delays. The setups were pretty clean too. I didn't have any problems with that. And overall, the line was pretty good.
Oh, we there.
Oh, we're
He
back.
surprised us.
A little.
No announcement.
No announcement. I kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I was actually looking over at him to see when he made the switch, but
You just disappeared.
just disappeared.
Am I gone? No, I'm back.
You're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Someone
I'm
tripped
back.
over the wires.
Potentially.
Taking a picture.
Now, interestingly enough, during that game, one of our other quarterfinals games was playing, and that's Accelerate versus Vision. That game is currently in overtime on map 1, 19-16. Accelerate.
That'd be impressive.
So they actually took the first game.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh,
19-16.
yeah.
They went to OT. It was 18-16. It just flipped to 19-16. So Accelerate beats Vision in the first map.
Map 1.
Pretty surprising victory there. That's likely a game that we see go all 3 maps.
Yeah. One thing I didn't mention when we broke last, I wanted to mention this again. Linode that's sponsoring this event right now, if you guys go to linode.com, enter in GEXCon18, you'll get credited $50 towards a server. So if you want to buy a server, $50 for a server,
that goes pretty far. I guess it all depends on how expensive of a server you purchase, but I know if it comes, usually when it comes down to getting like a small private server, they're pretty affordable.
Oh yeah.
Compared to what they used to be.
Get one. Talking to you.
Back
right
in
there.
the day.
Yeah, you got waved at me. That's you. Buy a server.
Getting a server from like NFO, which was like one of the big ones, or Game Demons or one of those, it was pretty expensive to get a good server.
Yeah.
But it's definitely dropped down in prices. Technology's gotten better and better, and availability
competition
is higher and higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's so much more availability.
Yeah. Top of the line for Linode.
Now, speaking of the game we just watched, AZIO and Broken Alliance. Broken Alliance picks Dust 2. AZIO makes it look like incredibly easy. And now we move on to Nuke.
That's far more
AZIO's
technical
pick.
map. Far more technical. I mean, you can get fancy on it.
I don't really have much hope for Broken Alliance, if I'm being honest.
This is a map that's practiced by AZIO.
The one thing I will say is it'll be a longer map. Even though it could be the same score, it'll be a longer map.
Sure.
Because Nuke just plays out a little bit slower than, say, Dust 2 does, where you can kind of like effectively run with the pick and roll strat on Dust 2.
I've seen AZIO play over the past 2 days, and they'll throw like a rush strat in that's just out of the blue. It'll come out of nowhere, and it'll hit you. And so they're like, I've seen them on Inferno. They'll play really fast CT rounds on rifles, and they'll just smash you with them. So they have this designed into their infrastructure to be ready for situations like this. So yes, it is a slower map. Was there only 3 map pools in that roster for AZIO?
That's all we saw.
It was Nuke. It's like Nuke, Dust, and Inferno. That was it.
I don't know what this is.
Overpass.
Map win statistics, and apparently
There's
they
only
win
3
Nuke
maps.
100% of the time. I don't know how. I'm
very
guessing that's
small.
based off this roster here.
Small sample size.
So basically this event.
Yeah.
I would assume. So yeah, Nuke looks pretty strong for them. I'm not sure what to expect from Broken Alliance, but no map statistics, so not really much to go by.
No. But when it comes to Nuke, I was saying this map is more technical than you can get with Dust 2 for sure. Fast rotations between the upper and lower sights, and smokes through the skylights, mollies through the skylights. We saw a couple flub mollies in the last couple matches. I don't know if that was not AZIO's. I remember seeing a molly that was supposed to land on top of the hut, came down through the skylights and airburst. Supposed to land on the crane and trickle, but never happened. But we are into the knife round between AZIO versus Broken Alliance. Broken Alliance with their backs against the wall, facing elimination.
So we will be jumping into the knife round here. And look at this, the bait and switch. The flank. 4 men coming in from the back end, but they adapt quickly.
I mean, Adam's
not really sure.
use.
He's like, I don't really know what I need to do here, but it's okay. The rest of his team's picked up the slack. Adam not getting stabbed is important here because
Snakes is going to jump off this ladder and try and backstab.
Yeah. So they lost the knife round, which means they're probably going to start on the T side, which does give Broken Alliance a little bit of wiggle room.
It does. CT-sided map. Then again, if you are outclassing your opponents and you take the hard side and win the hard side, oftentimes you break the morale of your opponents. So again, Broken Alliance just had their morale broken in Dust. So if AZIO end up coming out lickety-split, like say they win the pistol, I don't think Broken Alliance are shattered at that point. I would say after the first, maybe, definitely the second rifle round. If AZIO win that string of rounds, then Broken Alliance are in a world of hurt mentally.
So now we're just waiting for the game to get going here, waiting for the players to ready up and get things started. And then we'll be jumping in on Nuke, a map that I wish our observer the best of luck on, because it is by far one of the hardest to observe.
It is.
One of the hardest to watch, one of the hardest to play.
The new minimap helps.
Barely.
Get some elevation.
Barely,
distinctions.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. It doesn't really help us much for the observer because it's really more beneficial as I feel like as a player a little bit, but it doesn't really help as an observer. I just feel like it's not obvious enough. I really think that if you want verticality to be a thing in CS:GO maps, you need to have split radar.
So you have a top floor and a bottom floor beside it?
Yeah. Or Valve could just stop dicking around and cut the spawns off so that it's not like a tugboat shape.
Right, which shrinks the rest of the map.
So that the rest of the map expands out and you can actually tell what's going on. It still doesn't help with the verticality, but it gives you rough ideas. You're like, oh, well, there's no verticality in that spot, so this guy can only be in one position.
Right. Well, here we go. We are into the pistol round of map 2 between AZIO and Broken Alliance. As Grim pushes outside, spots one in the big garage. Plenty of flashbangs for AZIO's side. This is going to be used to weasel their way in. An interesting smoke that lands kind of mixed in between the blue door as well as the big garage. That was, I think it had a little bit too much pepper on it. It's supposed to close that gap to the secret stairs. So Modem will lose his life. Ohio is going to try and pursue this. Was that a bait the whole time? Because Grim jumped, maybe adapted to the situation, jumped down towards the secret stairs and then hid, making it look like he had gone down the whole way. So it's a 4-on-3 man advantage. And Adam JW is going to have a hard time coming up this ladder, especially now that Ketchup will die. They'll come down and get an instant trade. Well played by Snakes to be able to recuperate against the loss of Grim. And Kyle left alone with Kit in hand, gets gooshed. And finished the job by Kyle, I think we're by Hunter from what he started. First round goes the way of AZIO.
AZIO continuing right where they left off. Now we do have a pause coming in. And I'm not sure why. Don't know the cause of the pause. I'm assuming it's technical in nature, but I see all the headsets on.
Yeah.
I don't see any admins.
There's no flaws yet that we see. There's got to be one, though.
We don't really know what's going on.
No?
It could just be as simple like, oh, I'm fixing my mic and mumble. I'm too loud. So you don't really need an admin to do that. You just have to wait for that 800-year alt-tab from Counter-Strike, where you alt-tab back in and you hear,
oh, echo, echo, echo. Yeah. This map gets me, because on the CT side, there is a noise of the transformers to the right that happens like once every 10 seconds, and it's a crackling noise, but it's so faint, I barely hear it. It's to the right of where you're talking, or well, now the camera switch, behind the camera right now, and it just goes, that's it.
Yeah,
that's all
it's the sparks from the power thing.
Yeah, it drives me bonkers.
One of my favorite audio glitches, I guess it is in this game, is when you hear the can rolling on the ground, and it just doesn't stop. You just hear that rolling noise over endlessly. It sounds like a smoke grenade just rolling on the ground. Although the funniest glitch I've ever seen was when it was on Mirage and the game lagged, and when it came back, stools spawned all over the map.
Yeah.
There was hundreds of stools everywhere, and when the bomb blew up, there's just stools flying everywhere. Look at this.
A rough start.
Oh, Ketchup's going to get the knife as Snakes gets caught off guard, pushed into the trophy room.
Ooh.
That's a pretty strong way to take an AK away from the opposite side. It's going to be a 2-on-4. Again, they fought themselves out of situations just like this in the past. That's the first kill they needed as Grim gets one, make it a second, but now he's alone and he's only got 1 HP.
More CTs alive than he has hit points. That flashbang goes high, but doesn't hit him in the chest. I want to see it happen, but it's not gonna be unless he gets bottled. Kyle has the Molotov. We'll throw it though into the hut. Grim is gonna have to go nuts here. Oh, that one is startlingly close. This bomb is still out in front of him. He's in fact cleared out everything around him. He's got to know that there's a player on the lower side of this and a player up into the heaven. He's been spotted. Job done. Broken Alliance on a force buy second round. All started by Ohai's deagle work outside. Catches a player, I believe, outside on the ground level, and then a player dropping off with a marshmallow with the deegs. That starts things set alight, and then eventually a knife. So that was a round that's actually probably pretty temperamental in AZIO's minds. That's got to be frustrating.
Potentially so, yeah. But AZIO, I mean, they didn't look too bothered by it. They've got the smoke setup coming outside. Good counter utility coming out from the CT side. AZIO just runs right past it. So that's great that he threw a molly. I'm just going to kind of just force my way beyond. However, there's another one waiting for them, and that one they can't fight through. They're going to have to wait for it to dissipate, and that definitely slows things down. It looks like the plan is just try to get into this B bomb site, get that bomb planted, force the fight in that direction. They've already lost one, but there's a trade coming through. CZ75 backfires for Frosty, and it's going to be Bottom and Hunter. A 2-on-3 now after they picked up the kill on Ohai over on Ramp Room.
Another 2vx situation. Left with only Jaden. Hunter's doing work. Now, all these kills, this AK has now finally gone back towards its origination side. Hunter's got that back, but he's got a full minute to play with to find some CTs, do some more damage. He choose to open up the squeaky door. He has no intel as to where these CTs are. It's possible that the bomb is down and in control of Adam JW, because it seems to be around him on the minimap at least, but of course the verticality could be deceiving in that method. Gotta have your rifle on your shoulder if you want to shoot it.
On your shoulder? Like,
I guess in front
like
of your shoulder.
I don't think that's how you hold a gun. Like, what if it's a pistol? Do you still put it on your shoulder? How do you like put one arm behind your back and hold it?
It's like T-Rex arms, man.
Like, I hear some trash talk coming out elsewhere. I have a feeling that is.
Oh, it's not our. That's not main stage. That was.
No, that
yeah.
I think that's Vision and Accelerate maybe, but I'm not really sure. Either way, this round will be just pistols coming in from AZIO, and it's going to be one member of the CT side already dropped by said pistols, as it looks like Grim got a kill with his lowly Glock, humble lowly Glock.
It's a very humble weapon. Decently strong in the pistol rounds, and then completely worthless from there on out. So that 1-for-1 trade early, AZIO stopped at that point. We're like, okay, regroup. Let's see if we can get another 1-for-1 trade later. But they lost an additional player in Frosty. Or no, so rather in Grim, more likely than not. And that will give the man advantage, full armor, and a lot of utility and extended range from the rifles. Shouldn't be a problem at all for Broken Alliance. A bomb plant is really all AZIO could fathom getting here. Wow.
All right.
No head armor? No head armor. Wow.
I mean, what they were able to do in their first buy was solid, but if they were to lose this round to armorless blocks and a P250, that would be slightly embarrassing, to say the least. After playing this close angle, he actually dinked him. P250 of old would have won that fight. Now,
he's got a bomb, or he's got a molly for the bomb. I don't think it's going to spread right. He's still defusing, but he will die in the end.
Yeah.
6 HP on catch-up.
So
Catch-up.
It was actually a good play. The issue is that there just wasn't enough damage dealt to that player. If that guy was lit at all, he would have had to pull off the bomb. Maybe he still loses the round anyway. They still had kits. There wasn't really that much time burned off the clock.
Yeah.
But I like the idea, and also he costs the money. He takes the gun away.
Lots of money. For just Glocks, and, for just spending 250
on a P, they spent 250
on a P250.
On a P250, that's about it.
And killed 4 players, nearly 5, and got $800 for everybody on the bomb plant. Huge profit. Modem will take down Jaden, and still a player out in the main garage, shifting over towards the gray box. Modem falls at the end of that. Nice shot from Ohai as he'll start to fall back, bobbing and weaving around this gray box and being a just general disturbance for AZIO's side. They killed that one player outside, and I think AZIO just took that for granted that nobody else should be out there. They now stand a man disadvantage, and outside control still belongs to Broken Alliance.
It's 300 for the P250, by the way.
Yeah,
I make that mistake every time because I say P250 and I just automatically go.
I said 250 and I was like, that's not right because the Glock costs 200. And then I said 350. I'm like, that's still not right.
That's still not right now. Yeah, it's 300. Split the difference.
Do you want a nade or do you want a P250?
Shots coming in from Snakes, but it's not enough in the end. 2 players still survive. Broken Alliance looking much more comfortable here on their CT side on Nuke. That's not to say that AZIO didn't have opportunities. And it's not to say that AZIO won't pick up steam as the half progresses. But off the start, AZIO not looking as strong as they did on Dust 2. Now we do have an interesting buy here, as Snakes has gone straight to the shotgun. He's going to blow up the door and try and get in the vents quick. See what he does.
Shotgun. He's
I
in
like
there.
It. I like it. I love it.
Come on,
I
chase me.
want some more of it.
Hey, now, Snakes is on the ladder. I know it's a shotgun. It doesn't matter all that much.
Oh, yeah, the spread. You kidding?
Yeah. Let her rip. He says, please chase me. But instead, they're just, seems like they're trying to throw things down the tube. They threw a molly. That will successfully make it down. Good damage, though. I mean, look at the damage done against Broken Alliance right now. The lower side is going to be contended. Missed shot, a swing and a miss for the op. And that molly is going to be just late, just like last round.
3K!
3K with a shotgun. Ohai's
mean,
left with a USP. The knife comes out. He's hit him once. Ohai will escape with his life for the time being, but the CZ gets it. So a big difference between getting killed by a knife and getting killed by a CZ.
A 3K with the pump shotgun.
It had
That's
to just
dirty.
stayed in the vents, right?
Yeah, they just kept coming at him.
Bring it on, boys.
So, I mean, that's interesting work, and you can see what it's done to the money already. Broken Alliance doesn't have enough to buy despite winning, or having the winning scoreline of 4-1. Their money is honestly pretty trash here. It's kind of all over the place, too, so they are going to have to save a little bit of utility purchased and some pistols bought as well, but this should be an easy round for AZIO, assuming they don't flub this one.
Look at this move. The op through Mini spotted that the CTs were starting to push, so Frosty fell way, way back. Not willing to greet those CTs at point-blank range with pistols. So keeping their edge, keeping it very, very sharp. Kyle's last up, and he wants to stab somebody if they were to come up through heaven. Spots that nobody's there, catches a bottle, burns him up. 4-3. Quick turnaround for AZIO's side. That was an interesting strategy with their CZs and shotgun. Just blast open the squeaky door, get the shotgun embedded basically in the center between the two sites in vents, and then pressure the lower site and force the upper to come down. That just, it puts your opponents at a disadvantage if they end up choosing to go through the vents. They try and get there on the fast route, then you turn a huge disadvantage of firepower into a monstrous advantage.
Be a quick kill coming out for the CT side as the pistol up on top of the hut reigns supreme. CC75 from that range is really hard to not make it work. Still a lot of firepower employed by AZIO. 2 AKs, an M4, and an AWP. This Deagle outside finally connects after about 6 shots. 1 bullet does land in the belly of Hunter, puts him down below 70 HP. But there's another kill coming out on that CZ. Finally a trade, as it'll be Modem getting into that B site, now moving towards the control room. They've still got one more here. He's up on top of the silo, playing kind of an odd angle. But there's Cats up with one of those salvage guns, and now they've got an AK and an M4. That's something to work with, but the aim punch takes over in the battle. So it is just Jaden. 1v2 moving towards Decon. Bomb still not planted, but plenty of time left to grab it and put it into play.
Jaden's starting to worry about the timing. Hunter takes away that ace. 50-50 chance whether the kill went Hunter's way or Modem's way. 4K for Modem on the excellent entries, but it started off a little bit poorly for AZIO's side. They lost that first rifle to CZ up on top of the hut, and really both teams have done pretty well when it comes to weaker buys. We saw the shotgun with CZ play for AZIO. We saw Broken Alliance starting off on the right foot there, and a couple rounds prior to that as well. Their eco rounds are equally strong, so it's really a wash at the end of the day.
The op moving up outside. Look at this play. Walking up towards that smoke. If Jaden pushes through this one with the right timing, he might be able to catch a couple players. He's trying to play on the edge of it. Look at the damage dealt. Gets caught reloading, but it's still great damage as they also dinked Frosty with that FAMAS. Just kind of playing the corner and playing it smart. Now Molly's going to come in upper. That's going to prevent Ohai from really playing retake on the site. And that should give them the ability to get the bomb planted as they have a molly inside the hut as well. So now it's all about finding the first player to peek. If Broken Alliance plays this one right, they should be able to get the trade on Frosty pretty easily, but Frosty's going to find a home in hut. Now it's all up to Hunter, and there's no way he's going to win it from that spot by himself. So Broken Alliance get themselves back on the scoreboard yet again, and they survive with 3 bodies, so that's good for them moving forward.
That's better. they're starting to win rounds with a little bit more money in their pockets than what they had started with. So that is starting to look a little bit more like a CT-sided nuke. They get things buttoned up as far as that tank is concerned, and 5-4 is now their lead, but only just. Full buy still for AZIO side. They'll get AKs and full utility all ready to go, and in fact, plenty of money. Snakes has 6,750, Hunter's got 7,300, so they had the opportunity to buy an off if they so chose. But instead, they're going to trust their rifles and keep a lot of the money in their pockets, possibly for the next round. No. Interesting. Maybe the smoke's outside. I think AZIO are adapting. We saw that great play from Jaden last round outside to play up close against the smokes, and I think they just baited them into that same position and spammed that area. They get a 1-for-0 trade, almost Jaden to go down too. He's at 2 HP right now, still in mini. The Flames are oh so close to him as the CTs are already positioning themselves for a retake. A grenade comes in and strikes true, but a 1-for-2 in the post plant, now a 1-for-3, not looking all that hot. Katzip was the only player to pick up that next frag. The money's not good at all for Broken Alliance. If we look at the scoreboard real quick, they just had that one round. That ends up resetting them, and AZIO are back in control. They are the captain now.
They are the captain now. Look at me. Look at me.
I am the captain.
Now looking at our other games as well, since we've got a couple games going on simultaneously, Warfleet and Lethal is currently still in the first map. It's 9-8. X1 Academy was able to beat Grand Old Party supporters in map 1, 16-10. And then Vision versus Accelerate. Accelerate took the first map. They're currently tied 3-3 in the second.
Oh,
now the Pistols looking strong here for the CT side. It wouldn't be the first time we saw Pistols surprisingly overwhelm Rifles. In fact, AZIO almost did it just a few short rounds ago. But it does look like things will restore to their natural place as AZIO picks up a 6th round. They've already hit critical mass on the T side of Nuke. Yeah. They really can they can continue winning rounds in the sloppiest of fashion. It doesn't matter at this point.
I mean, that was still a pretty good eco round for Broken Alliance. 3 players died. Modem at his own hands. Jumps off of Mini and craters out. Second time we've seen that this tournament. Full buy for AZIO's side. Broken Alliance are still pretty good. You'll see a shotgun online, but that's par for the course. You'll see a lot of times CT sides with full buys will still have shotguns in play for Nuke. It's good on top of Hut. It's good on towards the backside of Squeaky. It's good in the vents. Plenty of places for it to play. And a great shot for Snakes. Starting things off on the right foot. Only trading minimal health, but he burns 30 of that off after the frag. Off angle here, though, for Kyle. Another place for the shotgun to be able to play. Oh, but Hunter's so fast.
It'll be Katzip alone in the scenario. As AZIO's got 5 members still remaining, a minute left on the clock. They have to go back and grab the bomb and try and get a plan out of this one, but things have really changed since the beginning of the first half. The first quarter, if you will, was seeming like Broken Alliance was going to put up a much better fight on Nuke, but then AZIO found their form and started to take over yet again. Now they're hunting for this last player, and it's actually Hunter who finds him. It's going to be 5-7. AZIO looking very, very strong.
Oh, yeah. Look at that money. Money, money, money. Dosh.
Money, 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 money.
Did you ever play Killing Floor?
Money. Yes.
Dosh. Get it while, what do you say? Get it while it's hot, boys.
Yeah, I only played the second one. I didn't play the first one.
I only played the first one. You
really?
Never played the second one.
The second one's pretty fun, but it is repetitive.
So was the first one, but that was the whole
repetitive.
the game.
I mean, a lot of games are repetitive.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft, Diablo, and people still play those all the time. So.
Yeah. Rusty and I have a date. Next season of Diablo.
Oh,
yeah.
I played. You know what? I played a few seasons ago. Actually, I think it was like season 8. I don't know what season they're on anymore. Might have been even before that.
I think we're into the teens at this point.
Yeah, season 8, Rusty and I played, and it was good fun.
Yeah.
But it does. After a while, you're like, all right.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, I've seen this before. I'm just spamming the same button over and over again.
I play for like 2 or 3 month sprees, and then I won't play for a year, and by then my brain has like purged.
Yeah,
everything. I'm like,
that's kind of how
I'm ready. Yeah.
That's kind of how I am.
still get just as excited when that first legendary drops.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's the funny thing. That's one of the things that I love about Counter-Strike is even though I'll have periods where I'll be playing something else, I never get bored of it like that. I never really get, like, tired of the game. Broken Alliance, they're probably tired of losing rounds at this point as it's 8-5. AZIO's taken pretty much full control of the first half here on Nuke. They've got that op in play on the CT side, but it's actually the rifle of Catsup that gets things started. Now, Adam has pushed into the hut as well, but look at that. Jaden finds 2, and just like that, a 6th round is likely put on the board unless we get another impressive Snakes and Hunter 2v5. That's the start as the pistol gets things going with Hunter outside. They were able to do it on Dust 2, but slightly different map and different scenario playing out.
Oh, flank already. Adam JW should have Hunter. Should have Hunter. Toasted, drops him down to 4. So Hunter's been able to absorb most of the blows, and he still has the AWP. So he's just as capable of being able to pull down another player as Catsup sets up into an ambush position, and Snakes clears out the lower side as best as he can, but these back halls presence is still there. So how does AZIO play this? Really, both of them are separated, working their own endeavors to see what success each one can create. Both of them capable of doing so.
It does kind of look like they're going to be heading back towards A. You know, Snakes is moving into that position because he wants to clear this out. Yeah, there you go. Oh, this is going to be brilliantly played. He'll get that first kill on Upper. He's going to molly out the vents as well. And there's the shot coming in from Hunter. Not again, not like this. Now, plant spot is going to be huge here. He plants on the other side of the wall. If Kyle tries to just blow out and take him down, maybe. Woo! But there's the kill. So they do it again. That is the second 2v5 in this series by those two players, Snakes and Hunter.
Nuts.
It's just dirty.
Punishing. I mean, there was twice that you thought Hunter was dead. Flanked outside from T-spawn.
Then Secret.
And then
Secret, yeah.
And he's able to just snap 2. And correct. 5-9 when it so clearly should have been 6-8. Big difference.
Well, they are setting us up for the best scoreline possible at half.
Our favorite.
Yeah, our favorite scoreline.
I don't know. 5-10?
Now there is a kill coming in with the AWP on Snakes. There's the double AWP set up here from the T side. It's another kill for Snakes with the AWP as well. It's 2 on the round for him. It's now Jaden and Ketchup, and now it's just Ketchup. Catsup, Ketchup, however you say it, it doesn't matter. They go for the knife kill because they're feeling greedy and whoopsies.
Okay.
Yeah, there they go. They still got the round. 10-5 is your score. Solid performance from AZIO on their T side. I'd say this is actually almost more one-sided than the previous map, given that it's Nuke. Even though the scoreline shows 5 rounds for Broken Alliance, AZIO looked just as good here as they did on Dust 2.
Yeah, this is like what we said right when this one started. If you start on the hard side and you win the hard side,
yeah,
it's a downhill cruise from there, and you're into the opponent's heads. It wasn't a blowout like the first half of Nuke was, which had an impact obviously into the second half of Nuke because Broken Alliance was against the wall. They're against the wall in this case as well, but at least they'll have themselves a CT rifle round guaranteed. A couple of them.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. They did actually pick up the pistol on Dust 2, so there's a chance. There's always a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Got Heaven control. Oh, Modem gets slapped upside the head. Oh, hi. Down to 2 magazines. Ooh, that natal flip. What? a Kukli from Heaven.
The jumping USP 1 tap. That's just dirty.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's
Great balls of fire. Is this another 2v? It was a 2v4, I believe, but this is pistol round. It's a completely different animal.
So here's another pistol round for Broken Alliance. It seems to be the prime deliverer of rounds for them is the pistols. As they pick it up, they make the score 10-6. But you're still going to have a little smile on your face if you're Snakes after hitting that jumping 1 tap. That's ridiculous.
It's like a come on now. We're getting beaten down as it is. Don't have the style on us. It's falling with style. You talked about before, like, just get rid of the glass up top. It's just extra noise. Broken Alliance just threw a nade to break it all. Just break it all. Get rid of it all.
It's so loud. It's honestly, it's so insanely loud. sometimes. The amount of just glass shattering. And it's just players sitting on T-roof shooting out windows. It seems like an unnecessary mechanic.
Yeah. Here comes Snakes. 50 cal in hand. It's a 1-peak, but against a wounded target, there's another one. Catsup is down. AK in play now for Snakes. Does not anticipate, though, that Jaden has already pushed up in behind him. 1v2 for Hunter. 8 in the mag. Ohai is very low, but he would have to over push to be able to go down on and take Ohai out. And it looks like he's just flirting with that edge, flirting a little bit too much. Gets caught by the MAC-10, extra cash in hand for Ohai. More MAC-10s will come into play as well.
Personal opinion, I actually could see them removing all glass from the game.
Really?
I just don't get what it adds in value.
The one that bugs me is Inferno on when you're T-side alt mid and you're like holding an op against a player coming up boiler, and you fire through the glass and it takes just a little bit punch off him in the chest that doesn't kill him.
I just don't, I really just don't, I don't see the point. Like, I really don't get why it exists. I guess it's why in some places is the glass breakable and in others it isn't. Why does a car have bulletproof windows on Dust 2? Like, it's too inconsistent.
Yep.
And that's one of the biggest issues is that it does block damage for no real reason. I'm pretty sure, like, you know, if you shot plate glass with a AK-47, I don't think it would really save you.
Sting a bit. Modem gets a kill. There's a man advantage. Of course, there's no armor in play. And instantly, 3 players drop, and the final being Frosty will go right behind him. And Broken Alliance on a 5-10 half, picking up pistol, are now starting to knock on that door of, hey, we're still in this game.
AZIO. With the buy coming into this, they've got an MP9 in Grim's hands. He's probably going to get close, maybe play up on top of the door. That's exactly what he's going to do. But there's already footsteps generating towards that site. He puts the smoke down. He's got to play back towards the door. He's looking for this player that came through, but he can't spot him. Instead, he gets some help from his teammate. How about a little help from his friends? It's a 2-on-2. Into the site they go, and Grim will just pulse fire from that MP9. It's Ohai alone. He goes through the smoke, and there's Grim again with the MP9. Good round coming in from AZIO. It was a fast play towards inner. The setup was perfect. The molly that was on door did help. He tried to smoke it off to get his team into position through mini, but he kind of flubbed the smoke initially, and it made things a little bit harder for them.
That was a nice little bait and switch there towards the end. The player that was in mini firing towards Squeaky. It's not a useless spray, but it does draw the attention of the player that's in sight to look that direction, while the player that's on the back side of that site takes the peek.
Will be the op for the T side that gets things going here as Hunter's been gunned down. Ohai put on low HP for that kill, so it does cost him a bit, but it is a man advantage nonetheless.
Yeah, Snakes took that same damage on the other side. So.
Snakes super low. I still don't understand why this is happening. It's got to be a glitch. I'm sure if we restarted our CS and our we see on the left side, when a player takes damage, it never leaves the HUD, but on the right side it does. It's really weird. It will be Snakes in the end in the 1v1 against Adam JW. Adam JW survives, and Broken Alliance continues to fight for their chance to stay in this best of 3. They've got an MP9, a Mag 7. They're really throwing everything out there. Hopefully they can catch them off guard again. At least that's what you're thinking if you're an AZIO fan.
We've seen AZIO do pretty well with weaker buys. This map could do it. Interesting flash strat outside very fast. Hunter will assemble his CZ and get it ready to roar. But it looks like Broken Alliance are pushing down through the ramp side anyway. Snakes is here. First one, bomb spotted as well. 1-for-1 trade, not too shabby. But as soon as Broken Alliance sink their teeth into this lower site, it's going to be very difficult to unhinge them because you don't have the weapons to be able to do so, nor really the utility. A smoke and 2 flashes now on 1 player.
Modem and Hunter. It's not the dynamic 2v5 duo that we've seen before with Snakes. Hunter's going to huck that nade out, and he'll move back towards the stairs with the AK, saving it for the next round. It's a good move. Give him a little more buying power. There's already a player advancing towards that area, but he went back towards the vents looking for him. Hunter's just going to hold an angle, see if he can pick off one more.
If we take a look at the money, actually, fight. Ooh, Kyle gets a distance through that one with the hops going across. But this is 11 to 10 scoreline. AZIO's just barely here, but this is a great start for Broken Alliance. They're actually performing quite well on their T side. But looking at the money for AZIO like we just did, that AK is going to have a lot of impact on this round just for the entirety of the firepower for AZIO. It's more than half of their firepower combined.
A lot of games going on elsewhere. Update right now is Warfleet versus Lethal is currently at the breaking point. We'll talk about the other ones in just a moment as AZIO and Broken Alliance have finally made contact with one another. 4-on-3 as the A site is lost. The bomb will be planted momentarily. A little bit of damage dealt from that molly up top. Frosty decides to drop off. He's got the CZ75 now coming in towards Mini. There's one right around the corner, one inside Squeaky. There's another in Hut. There's a lot of bodies for them to try and clear out of positions. And if he were to go through this, Jaden was actually watching it just for a moment, but he's taken his eyes off, and now there's an opportunity for him to sneak into the site.
Not many spots to get in. It looks like the two rifles have egressed out, and they will hold. So really the only play is going to be Frosty to see if he can join his friends on the safe side of the bomb sites and take a rifle away from Broken Alliance into the next round. Sneaks his way in. Looks like Broken Alliance are playing a buddy system, and they will leave intact. Eleven up. What do you got to be thinking if you're AZIO? Your CT strats ain't working.
Yeah, but at the same point in time, they had one buy round, and then they lost immediately after. So their money has been kind of weird. So, I mean, this will be a strong buy round, and this is probably where they talk things over to make sure they don't lose this one, because if they lose this one, there's another round buffer before they come back to it again. You're looking at 12-11 and 13-11 before you have a buy. It's the right call. Take the pause, figure things out. You know, you guys looked great on Dust 2. Just revisit what was working there. You don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel. Just play your positions with confidence. Don't overpeak. I mean, and then if you're on the other side of if you're Broken Alliance, how do you play this one? They played into a trap setup not that long ago where they ran in full bore. Probably don't want to do that again. Probably want to play this a little bit slower, more methodical, take some outer control, throw the smokes down. You know, 3 smoke execute outside, get out towards secret stairs, get that control early. I mean, the biggest piece is how effective is that AWP going to be on the CT side. They do have one on the T side in Ohai's hands, but I'm curious to see where Hunter ends up playing.
Classic smokes for Broken Alliance side come out. It's going to at least show that now the T could be towards the secret side. So Modem will respect that, and he will start to defend. This inherently weakens up this A site, which might be all part of the plan. Right now, Broken Alliance haven't really moved much anywhere other than being in lobby and having some outside control.
Grim just sitting up on top of the hut. Oh, it's such a good spot, but he gets spotted first. Gets gushed through the wall, then hit again and again. Now, Frosty playing in Mustang, has to just hold his ground. That's the first kill coming in. The AK gets away from him a bit. The spray gets sloppy, but there's Modem with the trade. One more from Modem. Does he get one more? Yes, he does. Huge play from Modem, and it puts it all up onto Ketchup. 1v2, moving towards Hut's already been spotted, so effectively forced to play towards this A bomb site. As they've got Snakes playing back towards the fence. It's a great setup from AZIO. Well played by one player, really. I mean, it was a little bit sloppy. That player on top of, what was it? Hut was Grim, I believe. Peeked back towards the door and just gets spotted, and that's when things start spiraling a little bit. Yeah. But, you know, MOTM saves the day.
I mean, Broken Alliance are pretty happy with how that round played out anyways. It's a really tough spot for AZIO to win around with only one surviving. They might just be right back into the same exact spot which is why Broken Alliance has been able to string so many rounds together. A fast play, 2-for-1 traded right now for AZIO's side right now. Hohai misses a shot from a no-scope. It's chaos inside this A's site, but it seems like Broken Alliance have at least gotten their way in. Can they get the bomb plant? They don't feel comfortable with it. They very well may evacuate this one, taking Modem off to the backside of this one, leaving Hunter alone, who is still pursuant of these Ts.
So how do they take this one? Do they go down towards lower, or do they take this and go up into the upper site? Now, Hunter's already changed out for the AK. He's got 26 bullets on the mag. And he's moving towards the control room. He spots the first one. He knows the bomb was being planted, but he's realized by now that the bomb's been pulled off of. And he's just going to push past it. I like the move.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Go ahead.
no way this guy expects this at all. Bold play from Hunter, and it's a big one as well, as it really puts Broken Alliance's money in a bad spot. And you don't want to be in that position with the round score currently where it sits.
Grim just makes eye contact with the camera. It's like, ha! That was just really, the positioning was so favorable right there for Hunter. He was already leaning to walk out of the double doors, and the Molotov just passes him virtually. So at that point, the round really just ends because there's no anticipation that he's going to push the Molotov. Snakes, give him a three-piece. Not much ammo left. He gets the ace mow down across the trophy room and towards ramp. They were unarmored and very squishy, but it's difficult to do when you only have 25 rounds in the magazine of the UMP. You get 3 kills, all headshots with the first. Then you go to your sidearm. It's a difficult situation to keep under control. 14-11. Right when you think Broken Alliance are swinging it right back for a grand slam.
The Broken Alliance still have a chance to, you know, they could take it to the house. It's certainly possible. They could turn things around here. MOTM able to get into the vents as he just narrowly dodges the molly that was there. And he'll be moving back towards the secret stairs. Meanwhile, Hunter's picked one up with the op. And they've got outer control. You can see there's a slight gap in between those smokes outside. Ketchup just spamming through the smoke towards the vents, or towards the ramp room, excuse me. 1:15 on the clock. It's still really no clear direction decided upon by Broken Alliance. Elsewhere, by the way, we had Warfleet take down Lethal in the first map of their BO3 series. So,
oh, look at this. A straight push into the lobby. Catsup hears this. He's adjusting to try and deal with it, but Grim, with the movement speed from the MP9, gives him a little bit of a duck and dodge left and right. And AZIO find themselves into match point to eliminate Broken Alliance.
This would be the first of our quarterfinals games completed.
Correct.
And it would be done pretty quickly at that.
We'd be ahead of schedule by a mile. Only 8.
How about that? How about that?
How about them? How about them apples? Oh.
Now here comes the play from Broken Alliance. It's very clearly desperation as they try to get into the A site as fast as they possibly can. And unfortunately, just not enough mustard, too much ketchup.
That's right.
And unfortunately, Broken Alliance falls. It does kind of feel like they were outmatched to a certain degree. They're not a bad team. I just felt like AZIO was the better of the two teams.
AZIO is one of the favorites in the tournament. And as soon as you saw AZIO take the first map on Dust 2, you saw things starting to unwind. You take your opponent's map that convincingly, GLHF.
And you can see the guys from Broken Alliance currently shaking hands, saying good game. Also in the shot, you can see the Zowie monitors. Zowie, of course, a sponsor for the event, providing us with the XL monitors you see on stage. One of the premier monitors for esports, 240 hertz, which is like absolutely insane. That's become the standard now. I still rock 144 at home, and when I see them side by side, I can see a slight difference, but the players are much more in tune with that, and they swear it makes a difference.
Oh, yeah?
So big thank you to Zowie for providing those.
But yeah, ladies and gents, does that wrap us up for the day on the broadcast? Loud. All right, so actually you guys will have more entertainment in front of you We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to head over to the games that are off stage. Since we're done so early on the main stage, we're going to give you guys some extra free content. So stick around, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching N3rd Street Gamers Eastern Conference Championship, brought to you by Linode and Cougar Gaming, of course. Stick around. We'll be right back.